No, bro, come on. Yo, get my phone. Get my phone.
I'm sure you felt what it's like to be lost in the game. But what if all of those hours weren't actually wasted?
Some people are simply more prone to becoming game addicted than others. Mostly young men, and who struggle with socializing, overthinking, procrastination.
The 5 years that I played Fortnite, it was the best days of my life.
What would need to happen for you to quit Fortnite and move on to other ventures?
Nothing.
How many hours have you spent playing Fortnite?
2,000, 10,000. Honestly, probably close to like 20,000 hours.
20,000?
Fortnite, GTA, Call of Duty, no matter what your game was, you were probably told to get off and grow up.
But for me, the intensity of video games is hard to beat.
People dismiss it because they think it's just a waste of time. But we're showing like real world benefits of people playing video games.
During your competitive Fortnite days, what skills would you say you learned then that directly apply to your business life today?
And we interviewed some of the biggest in the industry to uncover the truth. All that time you wasted is actually the secret to success. Hours in practice mode, discipline XP, yelling at teammates, leadership XP, speedrunning levels, time management XP, strategizing game plans, business XP. The truth is, you have so many XP bars already built up, ready to use, but to unlock them, it all relies on the awakening. Join me as we uncover how gaming secretly hardwired you for success. Now, for this to make sense, I want us to focus on a game that we all played, Fortnite.
Our story begins back in 2017. Epic Games released their newest masterpiece, Fortnite Battle Royale, bringing in a modest 1 million users in the first month of launch.
A simple but thrilling concept. 100 players compete against each other in a battle royale. The last one standing wins.
For the first time in history, gaming was truly going mainstream. God-awful dances all over your feed, Fat Thor playing Fortnite in Avengers Endgame. But what's the result of all this madness, you ask? Only the world's most played game of all time, hitting 15.3 million players in one day.
What do you guys want to be when you're older?
Fortnite!
Of course, the game was fun. That's not a debate. But why? How? And what is this drug doing to you? You see, we can't forget that Epic, like other gaming companies, engineer their games to be as addictive as possible, an escape from life.
Some kids and even adults addicted.
Yeah, Fortnite rehabs are now opening in some parts of the country.
Mother Natalie Brassard and her neighbor Christine have 6 kids combined, and all of them are fans of Fortnite.
Epic clearly got the get them addicted task off their checklist, but how do they deal with the repercussions? How do they please these angry parents? What's the solution?
Back in the Fortnite World Cup days, what was your reaction when they announced the $100 million prize pool for the year?
That was like absolutely a ridiculous amount of money, $100 million.
Competitive Fortnite. The perfect solution, now making it cool to be addicted to Fortnite. Throughout gaming history, if you wanted to make it your living, you needed to kiss ass and play politics to hopefully get on an esports team and have the chance to compete for cash. Now, literally anyone can make it. The first major tournament announced, the Fortnite World Cup. Over 40 million players across the globe competing for 100 spots in New York City. $50,000 for last place. $3 million for first. A chance to hold the World Cup trophy in front of 20,000 fans. This was no longer just a game. Fortnite was a new way of life.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 11.
11?
But on social media, I'm 13.
So you've been playing Fortnite since before you understood English?
Yeah.
Have you ever paid for coaching for your son to get better at Fortnite?
Absolutely.
So just like any other sport, he just has a coach. It's that simple.
That's it. And it's totally not unusual and seems normal.
I'm Tyran Pro, so I wake up, I play Fortnite, I eat, I shower, I play Fortnite, I sleep.
So Fortnite before eating and showering?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you do?
It's my breakfast.
Fortnite is your breakfast?
Yeah.
Fortnite taking over the internet inspired other games to take their competitive scene more seriously too. We saw Dota 2 increase their prize pool from $25 million to $34 million, PUBG from $2 to $4 million, and Call of Duty from $4.2 to $6 million. Being a pro gamer was becoming a viable career, and the ones who made it to the top would go on to win big. In 2019, Bugha took the crown, winning $3 million in the Fortnite World Cup, with dozens of runner-ups claiming well over $100,000. forward to 2024, we're at the Fortnite Global Championship in Fort Worth, Texas to meet the best players in the world. This is 𝐷𝐷 and 𝐿𝐴. They just want to combine $400,000 for first place.
They won the championship, but at what cost? So why don't you post any content? Just full focus on competitive?
I'm just lazy.
It's just out of pure laziness?
Yeah, that's it.
Like an hour a week could make you an extra $100,000 a month. You just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And what do you tell girls your profession is?
I don't get girls. I play Fortnite. Let's go. Let's go.
That's it. What do you feel like is the most important life skill you've learned from playing Fortnite?
Fortnite is like just so different than real life, you know? I mean, maybe just like making friends online, you know? And seeing them IRL for global championships, you know what I'm saying?
Other than Fortnite, what are you?
Nothing.
This is the peak of competitive Fortnite, the maximum earnings possible. Making hundreds of thousands of dollars from playing a video game sounds pretty great on paper, but if this is your plan to become successful, buddy, you're cooked. Being a pro player and nothing else means you are a slave to the game's creator. Whenever a developer decides to flip a few switches or change a few rules, your world comes crashing down. A gamer who plays all day to be the best and praise the earnings from competitive tournaments will make them rich are considered archetype 1, the sweat. 𝐷𝐷 is the final boss of this archetype. $727,000 in total earnings. But what about the sweats who didn't quite reach the top of esports?
How many hours have you spent playing Fortnite?
At least 2,000, man. I don't know. It's over 10,000.
And how much money have you made?
2,000. $2,000 about. I've only made 100.
So 20 cents an hour.
Yeah, it's rough out here.
If you could put those thousands of hours into anything else, business, learning an instrument, would you change it?
No, I think Fortnite is very beneficial for me. But I mean, I play sports on the side, but esports is where it's at.
Do you feel like it's affected your social life at all?
At times. I lost a girl to Fortnite one time. She said I played too much, so that kind of shifted our relationship.
What do you plan on doing if Fortnite doesn't end up working out?
Probably a crane operator, just because they make a lot of money.
Crane operator.
Crane operator.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Those guys had practiced just as hard and gave it their all, but they didn't quite make the cut. They were broke. Thousands of hours down the drain, they had nothing to show for their effort.
What would you say to the thousands of guys that played just as much as you, but they really only qualified to semis? They're never gonna make something like this.
I mean, if it's this late already, like, you just gotta give it up. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's too late into the game. You know what I'm saying? So find another game, you know what I'm saying?
Stop.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
And to be honest, this is the majority of archetype 1. Now this archetype is the last place you wanna be in life. Whatever prize pool Epic announces for the year, you and all the other sweats grind your balls off to compete for a tiny piece of the pie. And that pie has only gone down dramatically. From $100 million in 2019 to a measly $7.6 million in 2024. A 93% drop in potential earnings, but basically just as many players competing. Now, as much of a hater as I sound like, I was actually one of those guys only a few years ago. But I thank God every day I didn't make it big in esports. In fact, wasting 5,000 hours of my life to fail was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. In total, there are 3 archetypes. Every serious gamer starts at archetype 1. It's a cozy spot. You play the game you love, make a little money from it, and escape from the real world. That is, assuming you can become better than 99.999% of all players. Archetype 2 is considerably more mature, with archetype 3 being the final level of self-realization. This graph right here illustrates the peak of what's possible being archetype 1. Looks decent, right? 200K for a tournament ain't too shabby, but now compare this to the potential of Arc 2. What about 3? Pretty huge, right? So, how do we actually evolve from archetype 1 to archetype 2? Well, it's simple. While you were gaming your ass off, you probably heard from parents and others that you're an addict.
You see 5 minutes.
It's
not even contained.
no, it's almost over. You don't need to shut it off.
And to be honest, they were right. But there was one thing you learned without ever realizing. As you tried to improve at your game, you had to take it seriously. You put 2 hours a day into aim training to increase your aim XP. You took 30 minutes rewatching every game to increase your game knowledge XP. You practiced one-on-ones for 6 hours a day to increase your overall fighting XP. You spent all day on filling up the XP bars of your Fortnite life. Now, when training, it's not like you ever saw a meter of your game knowledge or fighting XP bar rising. You simply knew that putting hours into those different tasks would make you an overall better player. Thousands of hours into this game, and you never once thought, what if instead of putting 100% of my life into leveling up my gaming skills, I take 20% of my time to posting TikToks of my gameplay? increase my personal brand XP.
What would you say to a lot of the guys that grind either Minecraft or Fortnite all day, but just for really the fun of it, and they don't ever expand into content or anything else?
Yeah, I think there's benefits to both. So I think you look at Peterbot as a great example of someone who just grinds the game, doesn't focus on content creation or anything, but he's best player in the world right now. It's kind of like, what do you want to assign your skill tree in a lot of ways? Do you want to be good at content creation? Do you want to be competitive? You can be someone like 𝐿𝐥𝐢𝐳 who's good at both. Be someone to me who's more into content, but still likes playing competitive. It's just how you want to do it, really.
This is archetype 2. The realization there's XP bars in your life you never thought about filling. Content creation, mastering TikTok marketing, creating in-game maps for archetype 1 to enjoy. The list goes on.
I own one of the biggest studios in Fortnite. We make maps, and I do crypto trading as well.
You mind answering how much you made from the Fortnite maps?
Around like 400 grand.
400 grand?
Yeah.
Holy wow. And how much have you made in total from maps?
I'd say 250 grand probably.
And just from marketing maps?
Yeah.
Fortnite maps?
Yeah.
So would you say playing competitive Fortnite taught you a lot that set you up for the real world and business?
Definitely, because I created one of the biggest clans of Fortnite 1X, and my friend group was like Mongrel and all those big guys, and I saw them making a ton of money. I was like, how are they doing this? I started working with influencers, and I went all in on creative. I'd edit at least like 10 to 15 TikToks every single day, and then once Creative 2.0 came out, that's when I started Next Level Media, and then from there we just have been scaling.
What specifically about competitive Fortnite? Like, which aspects of it taught you the most?
It's a collective of everything, right? Like, you get to learn early on how to set a goal and progress yourself to get to that goal. Kovacs, scrims, playing pubs, tournaments, everything. And it's a grind. You had to play literally 12 hours a day. I'd watch VODs and lunch. And so when I transitioned to doing work, it's like, oh, let me just treat it like it's a video game. And then I just set a goal and progress myself.
Life's a video game.
Life is a video game.
Upgrade your character.
Said by SonnyFaz himself.
Would you trade lives with Peterbot if it meant winning a global championship?
No. Are you out of your mind? Pete's fucking one of the best right now, if not the best. But yeah, I love my life.
What was the moment you had the awakening to not just put your full focus into competitive, but also do business and social media stuff?
I mean, I was streaming everything when I was 13. So it's like, after I qualified for World Cup, I was like, all right, like, let's just say I don't do good in a tournament. I still have all the fans, all the streaming, all that to pursue.
How much have you made in total from Fortnite?
When I started focusing on TikTok, making short form content, that's when things got really well. So the last 2 years alone, probably like 250,000, somewhere in that range.
All from TikTok and short form marketing?
Yeah, like short form, Twitch, all that kind of stuff. Because I really think that like making short form content helps develop all your other content everywhere else.
What do you think is a better route to go down? Being a competitive player and trying to compete in this, or starting content?
1000% content. Even if you are a competitive player, you should be prioritizing content as well, but make the content about you being good at the game. I think there's a lot of examples. You see Power do a great job of that. You see 𝐿𝐥𝐻 do a great job of that. Ninja early days did a good job of that. Even if you are good at the game, you should do it like on camera, film it, try. Like if you're insane, go do some stupid challenges. Go do something that's entertaining with your skill. Because even like a big event like this is just content ultimately.
Now, all these guys are still in the ecosystem of Fortnite. And yeah, at heart, there's still a bunch of dorky gamers who play too much. But at least by upgrading to Archetype 2, they began to monetize that time, start earning, and the pie for their potential earnings just got way bigger compared to Archetype 1. Archetype 2 is getting a taste of the awakening.
Hold on, we're getting to the good part. How do you get back all those hours you wasted gaming?
It's simple. You were upgrading your character that whole time, but you just never knew.
This didn't just make you a skinny arm geek, it coded discipline into your blood. Bro, I told you to watch my back 6 fucking times, bro. How else are you supposed to learn to be a business boss?
Everything that happens, good or bad, is your own fault.
Enough excuses. We're not a bunch of winners.
You see, no matter what you spent your time doing, an XP bar was secretly gaining juice in the process. Endgame, stress tolerance, practice matches, time management, tournaments, leadership ability. The list goes on and on. Anyone who's ever played a video game has accidentally earned skills to dominate in the real world. This is the awakening. It's all about making the connection between your game XP to your real life character's XP. And once that switch is flipped into your head, you can finally evolve into the final archetype. Personally, I followed this same exact path of progression. A sweat and grinding all day for pennies, to builder, streaming and posting Fortnite TikToks, to Arc 3, making millions and pursuing my creative dreams. But I'm not the only one who's had the awakening. Thousands of other players have had it too, but they just never told you.
During your competitive Fortnite days, what skills would you say you learned then that directly apply to your business life today?
I think it teaches you when you're at the top of something that you need to work hard. You have this hunger to like constantly improve because you've been doing it for so many years through Fortnite.
It taught me to have like discipline, to be calm. It taught me English. I didn't know English before Fortnite.
I would say communication is really important, especially under high pressure or high stress. I mean, there's nothing like communicating during like a Fortnite endgame with a lot of moving parts, players. You need a refresh, you need to take height. Effectively communicating is not the same as just communicating. So there's a form of effective communication that I feel like I developed competing in Fortnite that directly like applies to my professional career.
When I think of it in my head, the 5 years that I played Fortnite, it was the best days of my life. But would I go back to it if I could? I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't give up the 40 countries I've traveled to and the experience that I built over the last 3 years. It was time to shift because, I mean, Fortnite's a game, and as a pro player in it or as a coach, you're a tiny speck in it. It's not your thing. You're not in the driver's seat. Every week you're waiting for a new update to come ruin your fucking strategy, you know? Whereas in life, I mean, you control the video game. You're the player, right? In Fortnite, you're not. You're like a little bitch. And yeah, maybe you win a 25-minute game, but I'm not trying to win the 25-minute game. I'm trying to win the 60-year game, the 80-year game. That was just a little singular match in my tournament of life.
You see, if we look at this graph, the potential for Arc 3 is limitless. You truly have no cap. You're not limited by a Fortnite prize pool or how much TikTok is paying per 1,000 views. You have the world by the balls. Archetype 3 is the final evolution of a gamer, aka the Apex. One who applies all the XP bars they were accidentally building into the real world. Implementing the Awakening looks a bit different for everyone. We've seen Arab go from Fortnite to traveling the most dangerous places in the globe. David, who started making music for his Fortnite montages, to a 4-time Billboard Top 100 artist. Booga go from 3 million in prize pool earnings to millions a year in the crypto space. For me, my awakening started in 2020. Fortnite until 3 a.m., Netflix till 6, Zoom till...
Sonny. Yo man, you gotta turn your camera on, bro.
I had a new goal in mind. Make enough money to afford Uber Eats. Every content creator I watched was doing it. Why not me? I started streaming.
Yo, 10 bits?
Posting some TikToks on the side. Yeah, I averaged 3 viewers and had 200 followers. But hey, that's 3 viewers and 200 more followers than I had before. My content XP started to rise. My entrepreneurial senses were beginning to tingle. I finally got my best place in Fortnite, 28th in FNCS Duos Grand Finals. But it only led me to a simple realization. $1,000 for coming 28th out of 50,000 teams. I'm still too broke to order the sides. I have to switch up my focus. No more 3 hours of practice tournaments a night. I'm gonna watch 3 hours of business videos a night. Rather than hitting a red ball on a screen, I'm gonna hit one in real life. Take a video, throw it online.
Holy shit! $1,000 today!
Game review became embracing learning. Each new business video is one more knowledge XP. I learned to love failure. You don't go viral on your first video, just like you don't win the first game you play. My awakening was the realization that life is a video game. Why put 100% of my time into my Fortnite character when I can put that effort into upgrading me, my character? Epic created Fortnite, Treyarch Call of Duty. Brother, God created the game of life. It's your job to play it.